Hi, it's Mrs. DeLong again, and I'm here to show you a new type of art. Here it is, and some of you might have seen this before. Some people call it positive negative, some people call it light and dark, but the Japanese call it Notan. It's a Japanese word that means the use of light and dark, black and white. But if you want to, you can work with light and dark colors too. But we're going to make one that's pretty simple, and then you can make some that are pretty complicated later on. If you want to email me your pictures, that would be awesome. Here I go. I'm going to start out with a rectangle. I need a glue stick, I need a scissors, and I need a pencil. I'm going to use a white pencil so it'll be easier for you to see. First of all, I'm going to make a little spot here on each side so that I know not to draw a line that's close to my edges, and you can do that too. You can even use your finger as a measurer. Then what I'm going to do is make some simple designs, because I know my construction paper, it is a good value. That means it's cheap and it tears easy. So I'm going to make some simple lines. If you have something more valuable that you can cut, then that's great too. So here I go. I'm going to draw, like I said, a very simple line. And if you're afraid that your paper is going to get too fragile when you cut it, you can draw a little helper line in the middle so you know you don't go past that line. So here I go. I'm going to continue that line, and I think I'm going to make it about 3 fingers wide. And then I'm going to make another little space, and I'm going to make one more. There we go. Now, in this case, I'm only doing 2. If you'd like, you can even make more shapes. But I want to make a big enough shape that I can cut something out of it later. See, kind of like a wacky donut. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to do it again. Notice they're not touching each other. They're very simple, and I know from experience that I know I can cut out that line. And when I see it too, I also see I've got some space here, see? So I've got space enough that I can also make another line. And I start at the edge, come back to the edge. Notice none of them touch, and notice I kind of did it about a finger wide. That way I know my paper won't be too fragile. So here I go. I'm going to take my scissors, and I don't know if you've ever done this, but I do this. I kind of move my paper around. Did you ever do that? And then I stop, cut it from the other side. Voila. Now, here's the key. It must fit into itself. Got it? It's got to be like a puzzle piece, so you can't trim anything. All right? So I'm going to do this, try to get as fast as I can, but I know that if I talk, sometimes I end up goofing up, so I might not talk every once in a while. Don't worry if you can't cut that shape out. You know, there's no shape police or line police. No one's going to say, hey, it didn't line up that. You know, if you want, you change your mind, you don't even have to cut that space out. That's fine. You can erase it later if you see it. So here I go. I'm going to stop. I don't like having my hand turned around, so I always start at one side and then stop, because when you turn your hand around, you get a little goofy. Here we go. And I'm almost done before I know it. Notice I'm keeping all my pieces on my table. See? I'm not doing this on my lap so I can lose all my pieces and then I have to crawl around the floor to pick them up. All right, there I go. Now I'm moving them all over, and look what I have. Someone said to me, oh my gosh, it looks like ears of a dog, and this is his hands, and don't want to waste my time, but you can see it kind of looks like that. And there goes, oh, my glue stick, I found it, yay! Now I'm going to start gluing together. Now, I don't want to see those lines, so I'm going to flip it over. So here I go, woo! Now I'm going to make it smaller, yay! Now you get to see more of my secret stash. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to move this over and move it off to the side, because I don't want to put glue on this now. I'm going to take my glue stick, open it just a little because I don't want it to dry. Always make sure you know where your lid is. Don't flip your lid. Here I go. I'm gluing right down the middle. You can see it. It's shiny, right? So now I'm going to take my paper, put this in the middle. Now, if it's a really big piece, it's always best to put it in the middle. Don't worry if a piece ends up popping off to the edge. You can always fix that. Now I know it's flat. So now I'm going to start using my glue stick and gluing those edges down. I want to make sure that those edges are glued down. I call them dog ears sometimes because they start flapping. Here I go. I'm turning it around, trying to turn it around to finish it off. There we go. Glue and glue. And always have some paper towels around. That way you can clean up every once in a while. That's always cool. Neatness is the key. It's called craftsmanship. Now, the next step is I want to make sure I have all my pieces. Make sure you close up your lid. Don't flip your lid. And here I go. I'm going to start putting them exactly back. Now, this is my secret, and it's pretty cool because I have goofed up big time many times. And now I've learned from experience what to do and what not to do. Now I can see right away, hey, look at this. It fits. Everything fits back. Pretty cool. Now I'm going to start flipping. Now, if I wanted to, I could start like this. Watch, you ready? Taking that piece and just laying it down like that. Look, I've got a Notan already, but I'm a little older, so I'm going to challenge myself. Now,